everybody, today we're going to make lemon cookies from the blog Vegan 8 where all recipes only have 8 ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is add oat flour. Now you can buy Bob's Red Mill oat flour or you can make your own. So I buy these organic rolled oats. So you want the rolled oats, not thick oats, not quick oats if you're making your own. And then you can blend it in the blender. And I blended a cup of oats to get a little over a half a cup of oat flour. So that's all you need is a half a cup of oat flour. And again, you don't have to make your own. All right, the next flour is almond flour, and you want it to be super fine. This is very, very important according to the blog. So Bob's Red Mill super fine almond flour, which I'm grateful that that's what was in my cupboard. So we're going to add a cup of that. And we may need a little more at the end. We'll see here. Okay, I'll have you zoom in. And then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of tapioca starch. Now, this again, Bob's Red Mill. This is tapioca flour, but if you look close, also known as tapioca starch. And this acts as a binder. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to add some salt, all right? And you can always omit salt if you need to. Then it's going to be 1/4 teaspoon salt. I just use sea salt. Keep it easy. All right, a little salt. And a teaspoon and a half of baking soda. Not powder, soda. Which will also help things rise. All right, here's the half. And here's the teaspoon. Okay, so our last dry ingredient is good old sugar. Now she says to use coconut sugar or white sugar, so I'm using this regular natural sugar, which 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to add some maple syrup in a little bit, so it'll be a little more sweet coming your way. I know I'm making a lot of desserts lately, but they seem to be the most popular videos, so we're doing another cookie recipe today for that reason. All right. Now we are going to add in, well, we're going to whisk. We're just going to whisk those dry ingredients. Try to eliminate some of the bumps. So this is a great cookie for spring, all things lemon. Everything goes in one bowl, so it might have been easier to start this in a smaller bowl though for the whisking. Okay. Voila. Alright. And this was my first time to make this recipe. I've been wanting to do it and finally got these awesome lemons from my neighbor. So now we add in, after we do the whisking, we add in zest of 1 lemon, and this is a very big lemon, and I've shared this zester before because I love it and it saves my knuckles. I used to shy away from recipes that had anything to do with zesting because I would cut my knuckles on my old-fashioned zesters. So got this at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'll just show you. You can see how easy that part is, at least on your knuckles. It does take some time. We're just going to zest around here. This is really where the flavor is going to come from. There is some juice here in a minute, but the zest gives it even more flavor. At least it has in my other lemon recipes. Look at all that. And this isn't even half of it. But again, this is a giant lemon, so I feel like even half of one might be equivalent to a small one. And it's easy to zest before you juice, but I had to do some pre-juicing, so you could zest a whole lemon and it would be a little easier, but it's actually not that big a deal this way either. Okay, how we doing here? It's naked. Okay, so add in our zest. And since we have this other beautiful half, let's go for a little more zest. Okay, and this is going to be 12 cookies. And what's different, this does have to sit in the refrigerator for an hour before you get the cookie scoop out and make the 12 cookies. So again, Bed Bath & Beyond for this awesome zester. You know those coupons you get in the mail for 20% off? Take that with you. All right. Add that. Then we are going to add some maple syrup. So we're going to add 1/4 cup of 100% maple syrup. So you don't want to use regular pancake syrup. Okay. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm just going to clear this out a little bit. Okay. 1, and then it says 2. I'm going to do, and then it says 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit more, even a little bit more, because I have all this great lemon juice. Sorry, that I already juiced. All right, then we're going to do 2 teaspoons vanilla. Vanilla makes everything taste better. Yes. Shake it up, says my husband, and he's right, because the sediment sticks at the bottom. Okay. And you can do that, and then that is it. Those are the 8 of the vegan 8. Okay, so come on in. We're going to stir this up. And again, if you end up liking it, you could double the recipe so you can make 24. I don't know about your house, but 12 cookies goes pretty fast at our house. But I wanted to just start with what the recipe called for before I started doubling. And I really recommend not substituting the flours. Sounds like when you read the blog, which I'll put a link to, that it's imperative if you use the oat flour. And oat flour does have a little more binding power than regular flour, and then with the almond flour. Now, if it's a little too wet, you can add 2 more tablespoons of the almond flour, but I think that's looking pretty good. It's not a lot of dough, though, you can tell. All right, so we are going to put that in the refrigerator and let it sit for about an hour, and then we'll get out the cookie scoop. See you in a bit. Okay, so the lemon cookie dough has been sitting in the fridge for an hour, and it has firmed up, and now we are going to use our cookie scoop. And the blog on the Vegan 8 highly recommends you use a cookie scoop. So this again is from Ralph's. I've showed it before, which is a Kroger store. I love it. So let's see here. If it's too wet, you can add a little more almond flour. But this feels okay. So we'll see what happens, right? And everything's trial and error. Cooking's just like anything else. It just takes practice. And so don't get frustrated if things don't always work out, because mine don't always work out either, even with the best of recipes. So just hang in there, whatever you're making, because cooking for yourself is a wonderful gift. It's healthier, saves you a lot of money. It is more time, but you can save a fortune by cooking for yourself and making yourself your own treats. So that one got a little wonky, so I'm going to give it a little spin. All right. And you're going to preheat your oven at 350. I like to do a big scoop, because this is new for me too. And we're going to keep going here, and it's going to bake for 10 to 12 minutes. So check them at 10 minutes at 350, and I'll see you when they're done. Okay, we're back with the lemon cookies. I baked them for 10 minutes and then I did a little fork smash. The blog says you don't have to, but mine needed it. So then I ended up cooking it for 2 more minutes. So I did 12 minutes total. See whatever works best for you. I think it would be very delicious paired with some So Delicious dairy-free ice cream. This one's with cashew milk. Vanilla would probably be best. This is salted caramel cluster, which is insane, by the way, and that's just the one I had in my fridge, but I don't necessarily think it would go great with lemon, but just so you know the brand, it's not soy, So Delicious. This one's made with cashew milk. I think they have also coconut milk and almond milk, whatever you like. So no need for cow milk. So I hope you enjoy the recipe. If you enjoyed it, please click like and subscribe, and always give me ideas of other recipes you're interested in. So thank you so much for saving animals with your food choices.